on moving out, or my advice on moving out and starting your own life by yourself, or maybe by yourself, let's go. Know that this is what you want. Really picture yourself on your own, or moving out, getting your own apartment, house, place, whatever it is that you are wanting. Just make sure that this is what you want to do, and you can picture yourself being on your own and knowing like all the little complications or good times, bad times, and all the independence that comes along with it. Are you ready? Again, picture yourself in this predicament. Is this something that you are going to want to do? Are you going to be missing your parents, or do you not know how to cook on your own or clean? You just have to really put yourself into that position. You don't just be like, oh, well, I look after the house, you know, like a week when my parents are gone on vacation. No. This is a life-changing situation, so you really have to be ready. Be financially stable. And what I mean by that is your money. Make sure that you have enough money in the bank and you have an income. You don't have to necessarily have a steady income if you have like a large amount of money. Now, some people have won the lottery and they have a huge amount of money in their account and they can be financially stable off of that. If you are making money every month, then go off of that. If the rent is like $600 a month and you're making $600 a month, I would not say that you are financially stable for moving out yet or in that place. So it is good to wait until you are financially stable. Don't just get by with rent. Honestly, you guys, I see this happen in people that I know or friends of friends. You don't just want to sneak by and be like, oh, well, I make, let's say again, $600 a month and my rent is only $500. So that leaves me $100 to do things with. No, you want to have money for other things as well in your life, especially with being independent. You don't want to just get by or just sneak by. You want to be set and well off and still remain happy, because moving out can cause a lot of stress. So you just want to always be stable and financially available. Know all the bills that come in with moving out. If you are moving into an apartment, make sure that you ask the landlord if you have to pay utilities, if you have to pay a damage deposit. Sometimes if your rent is like $1,200, you'll have to pay like a $500 damage deposit just to get that room, and then utilities. You have food, you have bills, you don't just have your rent. A lot of people when they're moving out see just the rent, and there's so much more that goes into it. There's sometimes renovations that need to be done. I mean, there's toothpaste, shower gel, lotions, you know, humidifiers for your house, air conditioning, things like that are bills that can run you quite a lot of money. Sometimes utilities are all included in your rent, so just be sure that you check with your landlord or whoever is selling you this place, house, or anything, what the whole total is a month for your expenses. Expect the unexpected. This is a top one, I would say, for moving out. This is like one of my #1 tips, sort of in the same essence of just getting by. You never know what can happen that you need money for, such as pets' health or emergency situations. You never know. Vet bills, yourself, if you get sick, if you get into a car accident, if you are injured, need to spend some time in the hospital so you're away from work and can't earn that money, make sure that you have extra money set aside for those things. If you are just sick and have to take some time off of work, maybe you get fired, just make sure that you have all these things into account and have a backup plan. Like, what if your car breaks down or something falls off of it that it needs to run and you have to go buy that in an emergency situation, or you need to get a tow truck and a taxi and all this, that's even more money. If your furnace breaks down, if you have your own house, then you have to obviously deal with that. But if you are covered with rent and stuff like that, then it's not really your finances. Maybe. It all depends. All situations and living arrangements are different. So just expect the unexpected and know what you have to pay for if something breaks down or gets injured. Roommates? Question mark. Do you get one? I personally have never wanted a roommate and never will get a roommate. If I was to get a roommate, it just wouldn't be good, because I love having my own space and just like my own, you know, time. I wouldn't consider my boyfriend a roommate because he's my boyfriend. He's like my other half and I love him. But if you are, you know, saying my rent is $1,200 and I can't afford that by myself, so I need a roommate, maybe you shouldn't get that place unless, you know, you're best friends with somebody and you know that you will be living there and they will pay the rent, and that's great. But for me, you can't really rely and trust somebody. You just can't. Like, I see all these judge shows like Judge Judy and Judge Mathis of people not paying their share of the rent for months and then damaging the property, and then you're left with it because your name is on the lease or it's your house, whatever the situation is. And it's like their best friends, their boyfriends, their aunts, their uncles, their cousins, sons, their daughters, their dogs. Like, you just can't rely on somebody, but there are people in this world that I have in my life that I would rely on for a roommate. I just wouldn't do it. But there are people in your life too that you would rely on. It just all depends, and it all comes into the question of getting a roommate. Question mark, what if they, you know, want to move out one day? What if they get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they want to move out? Can you afford the rent by yourself? Be independent. Independence is amazing. Like, I started my independence when I moved out. I would say is that when you truly start to be on your own, independent, and, you know, making your own meals, doing the dishes, doing your laundry, cleaning, like, it's all up to you to make your place spotless and livable, doing the renovations, even though I get my boyfriend to help me, and being on top of things. If something breaks down or is wearing out, or if a light bulb needs to be changed, you change it. Try not to rely on other people as much. Again, I've seen on these judge shows where people rely on their, like, daddy to pay their rent every month. I would never do that, never. If I'm moving out, I'm going to be independent and lock it down and be myself and do it. Woo! Girl power. So this one's a hard one to say because we all can fall in love really quickly, but do not get the first place that you see first. Think on it. Now, this can be a downfall because some places it's like you have to get it right then and there or it's gone. But just have the gut feeling. Don't be like, oh, I like this place because it has a bathroom and a sink, I'm getting it. Make sure you do weigh your options. Look at all different types of whatever's in your budget, like houses, mobile homes, you know, everything like that. Take a look at what's you want and what is in your price range. Don't just get something because you love, like, the curtains. Make sure you look at the whole space and envision your stuff in it, because if you're looking at a house, for instance, they may have like a beautiful couch and a TV and you're like, oh my god, I love this place. Well, they're gonna take that stuff with them when they move. So can you envision the place? Is it still gonna be beautiful to you when you move in? These are things that you really have to think about. Knowing yourself, is that something that I want? Do you like the place? The area, the size, the neighborhood, the people living next door? Will you have a family in the future? Will this be your house or apartment to raise a family? Do they accept pets? These are all the things. Don't let others persuade you into a certain place. This was my personal experience. I had some people telling me to get this one house and I hated it. I didn't like it at all, like at all. The only thing I liked was there was a walk-in closet. That's it. I did not like it, and everyone was like, oh, the neighborhood's awesome, the price is great, it's a great size, and I just didn't like it. So don't do that. Don't fall into something if you don't like it. Like, you're the one gonna have to live there. Don't let other people persuade you, but do take other people's opinions in your mind and think about them. Don't just be like, nope, I don't like it, bye. Like, I did weigh their opinions and be like, oh, well, it is a nice neighborhood, yes, but I can't picture myself living here, so bye. You just want to have an open mind, but still remain yourself. If you are buying, is there a resale value? Now, you don't have to worry about this if you are guaranteed to live in the place your whole life. Like, if you're like, you know what, this is the only house I'm getting and I'm gonna live here my whole life. I thought that as well, but now I want to have a new house. So you just have to think, is there resale value in your house? Is it gonna sell quickly? How long was the house you were buying for on the market? If it was on the market for like 1,000 days, it's probably not gonna sell when you try to sell it unless you drastically renovate or something. Moving out on your own can be very stressful, relaxing, nerve-wracking, fun, exciting, sad, happy, all these different emotions. So really just calm down, take a breath, and trust your gut. And last but certainly not least is don't do this for a boyfriend, a mom, or a friend. If they want to move out or if they need a place to live and they're relying on you, or they're telling you move out, like get a new place, move out already. You do it for you. Having said all those things, I hope you guys took into account something, because I know I have a lot of younger viewers. So if you are in no way moving out anytime soon, maybe in the future you can apply some of these, because these are the tips that really helped me. And I have moved out on my own, and I've moved out on my own for over a year now. So I am capable of letting you guys know my personal tips on moving out. So hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys. First word.